Mexican DL TikTok reminds me of a time in my life. Story time: how a Mexican police officer tried to solicit my gay male friend and almost got us beat up in the process. So at this point, the Mexican police officer, let's call him Luis for the sake of the story, Luis turns to my friend Michael and it's like, oh hey, I got some new pieces for my car in the garage. I want you to come look at it with me. Everything about the way that he asked Michael to come see his new car parts in the garage was very awkward, so I definitely took note. My friend Michael is like, okay, I'll come see it. So at this point, I had not seen the wife in the window for a couple of minutes. She walked away and did something else. Michael and Luis go into the garage, and myself and another of our friends are still sitting in the chairs on the lawn, just chatting, like I said, enjoying the breeze. I will say that about 4 or 5 minutes passed, and suddenly I see the wife back in the window, looking around, I guess looking for Luis and Michael and where they might have gone. And let me tell you something, maybe 2 minutes after that, the wife in the window storms out of the house, swearing, cursing, flailing her arms, telling us we gotta get the F off of her property. Mind you, my friend and I, who is still sitting on the lawn, another woman, we looking very confused, like, who are you talking to like this? We'll leave, but who are you talking to? What's your problem? After yelling at us, guess where she goes? She storms straight to the garage. So we look, we see some motion in the garage, and they all three come out. Luis, Michael, and the wife in the window. They all exit the garage together. Long story short, Michael and Luis had been messing around having XES for years behind the wife in the window's back. Of course, she had her suspicions. She knew her husband probably went the other way. But I guess Luis going to show Michael his new car parts in the garage was like the last straw. She already knew what they were in there doing with one another. And that's why she stormed out of the house like a mad woman. After we left, and my friend and I were to Michael like, yo, what the heck? What happened? Don't put us in no situation like that again. He detailed to us how they have late night meetups, hookups. The police officer gives him money. The police officer takes him places if he needs to go places. All while being married with 2 kids. And then the craziest thing is we would see him out and about. Police officer, of course, and he would just be ignoring us, looking away, acting like he didn't know who we are. Sir, I know you was getting that meat licked on. Come on.
All right, do not come for me in the comments. These are the types of women that a DL man will usually go for, and this is absolutely nuanced. It does not mean that every woman who has dated a DL man has had a low self-esteem, but usually these are the things that a DL man could sniff out. It's like a sixth sense. Manipulating, gaslighting, and deceiving is what they do. And if they go for a girl that has higher confidence and trusts her intuition, those things are not going to work as well on her. So they usually go for girls who have a lower self-esteem, going for a girl who is younger because she's going to be a little bit more naive, and it's going to take a lot longer for the veil to lift. Trust me, they will use whatever they have in their back pocket to get you attached in order to make finding them out impossible or near close to impossible. Whether that's money, whether that's safety, whether that's buying a house, buying you things, they will use every manipulation tactic in the book in order to get you to stick around and not figure them out. Like I said, those things are only usually going to work on people who have a lower self-esteem.
Get ready with me while I tell you how I just got cruised at the gym by a DL man, and how they do it is so strategic, it's actually kind of scary. I believe that the gym is the #1 place for a guy to cruise another man. My reason for that is because they're surrounded by only men. Like, literally. For instance, this guy today, he was a normal looking black man, short, buff as hell, and was talking to everyone. Literally every guy. But the main thing that shows if you're getting cruised at the gym is the eye contact. I'm obviously gay. I'm walking around in little booty shorts. I'm walking around with a little tank top. And I just look gay. My walk is gay. Everything is just gay. So you literally know I'm gay. After eye contact, the next step is they follow you around the gym. That's what this guy did. Followed me to the next machine. And then he like finally made it known he was looking at me. He walks over to like my machine, like behind it. And he's like, your body's so fine. Huh? By this time, I'm flabbergasted because I was like, oh my God, they never normally say anything. They never like really come up to me while they're at the gym. Like it's mainly like when I'm leaving the gym or like going to the bathroom, like where they're not like being seen. And he said something to me, which he probably wasn't being seen because he moved machines, but he still was in the vicinity of people he knew. And so after that, I'm like, okay, like that was crazy. I'm like not really like looking at him because I'm uncomfortable because he's talking to so many people. And you know, like straight guys are weird. Like if he sees them talking to me, like they're really gonna be like, what the hell, like you're gay. And then now he's gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy, and the next thing I know I'm getting my ass beat. So again, he's following me around the gym. I'm like nervous, feeling like a little freaky. And by this time, like I'm still working out, not really like acknowledging him anymore. And he's definitely finished with his workout, but he's still following me. So then I'm finishing up my workout with abs, and I see him walk over towards the bathroom, which is in front of me. So I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna go. So then I follow him. Then he follows me into the bathroom. I give him my phone, and he puts in his motherfucking number. It was like spy level FBI shit. Like it was so quick. Put in his phone number. He went to the bathroom. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, oh my God. So I secured the phone number, and then he's like, I want you. And I'm like, oh God, no. Like I have to go to work. I got things to motherfucking do. So I leave the gym, and then he calls me and he's like, where you going? I'm like, babe, I'm going to work. I can't do nothing. And then he just starts getting freaky, nasty. Moral of the story is that DL men are all around us constantly. But the biggest place they're at is the gym. Bye guys. Have a good day.
How can we tell if men are on the DL and what should we look for? Listen, about 10 years ago, I would have had a really good answer for you, but right now, I really don't, because dudes so motherfucking slick with it nowadays that I done met some down low dudes that done surprised the hell out of me, and my gaydar is always on. But I found out this: all down low men have one thing in common. If the topic of gay men or a gay man walks in the room or anything that has to do with gay men gets in their environment and they get uncomfortable, that's the number one sign. A true straight man does not give a fuck about your sexuality. I promise you they don't. I have met some real straight men, confident straight men, who was like, you're a good fucking person and I really don't give a shit about your sexuality because I ain't fucking you and I have no reason to care about what you doing with somebody else long as you cool with me. I hope that helps in some kind of way. That's what I've experienced.
Here come my story time. And this story time takes place at my local gym, but ends at Walmart. So I see this guy who's always in the gym, and I mean, like, every time I'm there, he's there. So when I'm in the morning times, he at the gym. If I go to the locker room to take a shower, he's in the damn locker room. In the sauna, he's in the sauna. He's in the steam room. I mean, I can't escape this guy. I see him all the time. So on a particular day, he asked me, like, what time do you normally work out? And I'm like, I'm an early morning guy more than anything. He's like, oh yeah, me too. And he said, I see you all the time in the gym. It look like you have toned up a lot. Now, I take that as a compliment because oftentimes people can see, you know, they can see your body changing before you see it changing. So, but by the look of him, it looks like he's staying in the gym. Now, I didn't think nothing of this conversation. You know, we dab it up. I leave. Well, I come back the next morning about 6 a.m. He's there. And I'm like, well, dang, this man is at the gym early this morning. So he speaks to me and he finally introduced himself and give me his name. Now I'm down for that. I'm down for making gym friends. And he was like, we should work out sometime. Now I already got a workout partner. And I don't know if my workout partner want a second workout partner. So I was like, maybe we can find some time to work out together. Well, he was like, well, here's my phone number. If you want to call me sometime, we can schedule a time. I'm down for it. Now, by the looks of this man is not bad looking at all. This man look like he got some coins. Later to find out, he is one of our local physicians here in my city. And I was just like, woo. However, I wanted to be sure because I know how the DL boys are out here in the streets. So I was like, there are DLs on all type of levels. So I said, let me make sure. So we end up working out together on days that my partner wasn't able to come to the gym. And good workout partner. He's got great body. He understands fitness very well. The guy is a good workout partner and he's a good conversation piece. So as time progressed, we end up having dinner at one of our local nice little restaurants. And of course, sure enough, this guy treats me. I don't pay for anything. I don't even pick myself up, child. He come picks me up. Now, in our conversation, I learned a little about him, that he was a physician, which I knew that already. And it was just such a smooth date, a dinner. Let's say it's a smooth dinner. So he drives me back home, gives me a hug, and he gives me a bottle of wine that he had for me that he had saved in his trunk. So I thought that was very nice of him. Now we go on a couple more dates together, and things are kind of pleasant, and I'd say we probably went on like 4 or 5 more dates. It was, it was pleasant, very, 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 very pleasant. So I end up going over to his house to hang out with him, and of course we do the adults things that you do. Great sex is great, is probably top 2. It was really good. And I leave, I go home. He texts me, we conversate back and forth on text messages, kind of talking about, the sex. The sex was really good. And I go to the gym the next morning, he's there, and my workout partner wasn't there, so we end up working out together. Great workout. We end up going into, inside of the locker room and, getting it on again. And it was spontaneous, and I thought it was kind of spicy, and I liked it a lot. So sure enough, he asked me to go to a Christmas party with him, and this was last year. He asked me to go to a Christmas party with him, and I go to the Christmas party, meet some of his friends, some people he didn't know, and it was cool. It was really, really chill and cool and laid back. So one of his friends was, kind of just trying to pick me out, trying to figure out who the fuck I was. So this particular girl is asking me, like, where you from, and what do you do for a living, and how did you guys meet? And I wanted to say, none of your damn business. However, I was very cordial and just kind of went on with the flow and answered the questions in the most polite way, because I am classy. So however, I make it through that. We go back to the hotel, we chit chat, but actually prior to going to the hotel, we go to the lobby of the hotel and have a couple glasses of wine just to talk. The guy's a talker, I'm a talker. I love conversation, and he's a good conversation piece. We sit there, we talk, and we just enjoy the night. We look at all the Christmas trees inside this beautiful hotel, and we end up going up to the room, and of course we do the adults thing, and of course the sex is just always A1. Now this goes on for at least good damn 6-7 months. I've been to his house a couple times. He's been to my place. We've just done the nasty everywhere. Well, just today. Now this is a year and shit, probably a month now. No, yes, a year and some months. We almost come up to Christmas again. I'm at my local Walmart, and I'm buying some things to make lunch, or make some lunch for leftover for dinner. And I run into him with his wife.